Okay. Yes, I am live. Um, yeah, I've been wanting to do this for some time, and obviously I've avoided it. And then I took one glimpse of the person who I'm actually doing the message from, the Master M, master of the major first ray of will and power. And the message was just get on with it, really. So here I am. I haven't done one I did a couple 3 months ago, I did a couple 2 years ago, but the majority of them was 2019 really. I have some support. It's the Shakespeare Brewery Company, Othello, so I've gone very classical today. It does have a kick of 5% though, but I'll stick with the coffee at the moment. And at the beginning of the year, I wrote 6 messages from 6 different masters of the wisdom. And to mark this particular auspicious year of 2025, most people and anybody who'll be listening to this will actually realise how powerful a year this really is for transformation. How very, very different energies are coming in to this year, which will go into the future. These messages are not just for 2025, they're for the future. So I'm just going to read this and go straight through it. I could stop and explain certain things about it, but that's not the purpose. So try and listen to this in like as if it was a meditation sort of thing. Don't try and work it out on first listening. And basically it will impregnate the subconscious and start to come up into the conscious mind and expand the conscious mind. Okay, so I will waste no more time. The Master M, or Morya. This year, 2025, is of great significance. In particular, the part my ashram has to play in the furtherance of the divine plan for humanity. I seek to bring into the conscious mind the will and purpose of this divine plan as it relates to the group and to the individual. Although in reality, the individual is always part of a group. The way has opened up for the energies of will and power to be aligned to humanity. This is not, as it may appear to be, an acceleration of your personal will and power. It relates to your mental, as it relates to your mental, emotional, and physical worlds of interaction, as this could give power to the ego. This is related to the modern interpretation of the ego, as there are very different energies coming into the atmosphere, and the already increasing conflict could result in chaos. The effect is upon your spiritual consciousness, and the side effect upon the aspects I have mentioned. Have you a spiritual conviction? Or do you hide behind a lack of understanding? Do you have to have things mapped out in front of you? Do you need to be told what to do? I give you these questions to meditate upon, relating to your divine purpose and destiny. 2 sides are appearing, one materialistic and the other spiritual, and many differentiations in between. But you can know where your heart lies. You may find this strange that I mention the heart, as I am a master of the major first-rate ashram, The connection here is the life force. Can you wield this life force for the good of others? Can you stand within your spiritual power? Can you be silent within this spiritual power? The ego does not become silent. It seeks to control. Many other very confusing things. It gains satisfaction. It is the centre of its own universe. And through manipulation, it can never be wrong. It has selective memory. I mention all this, and I could mention more. That is what you could be confronted with, not only from within yourself. If you have learnt to use the power of the ego for spiritual purposes, then it will be from others it will come. The way of will and power can remove obstacles. If you imagine a large rock represents the obstacles, this power will not break it up physically. It will dissolve it mentally. Think deeply about my comment. Connect to the power of the mind. The colour of this energy I wield is red. It is life force. And on a physical level relates to the bloodstream. This energy removes self-doubt and gives you a purpose. Your intellectual mind here is a barrier to understanding that purpose. It sees black and white as an analogy. It wants a detailed account of the purpose. I cannot tell you your purpose, as that spans many lifetimes and is dependent upon you. You have squandered a lifetime in comfort, missing those opportunities that have come your way. Then your purpose has to be redeemed in the light of your overshadowing soul. Your purpose unfolds through spiritual activity. All that you do that concerns the will to good is part of your spiritual activity. Being silent and still, becoming magnetically receptive, is part of your spiritual activity. And in the silence, the soul speaks. It can speak of many things your logical mind finds very hard to comprehend. Work towards understanding the language of the soul. Receive the light of the soul. Light illuminates the dark. As a soul I stand in light, and darkness cannot touch me. I take my stand within the light. From that place I never move. There is now a convergence of energies taking place. This is your opportunity to expand your consciousness, to pursue your purpose, without thinking what that purpose could be. Just let it unfold its mystery. Let coincidence become an everyday affair. Take your stand within your own light. Step outside from the happenings of the time. Look and observe. Know that change is coming. Instead of looking towards what you should be doing, look towards what you shouldn't be doing and apply that concept to your physical activity, emotional activity, your mental activity. And what you should be doing will be revealed, because there will be nothing stopping it from manifesting. For example, you may say, I should be meditating. You start doing that. Then it starts to drift away. If you look into that, rather than beat yourself up, you'll find something you shouldn't be doing is sidetracking you from meditation. So relating to this is discrimination, which is an activity of the will. And that power sees beyond the normal range of activity into cause and effect. Apply this to meditation. The will causes you to meditate. What are the effects of doing daily meditation? I could give a long list of benefits. You would read them and decide you need to meditate daily. But will the list make any difference to you? The answer is no, because you have not experienced the effects. You will superficially read the list and almost forget it in a day or an hour. So I'm presenting no list, but I'm presenting to you the energy of will and power, so you can make your own list. You will have created it, which has so much more meaning to you, and because of that, you'll want to tell others. So will you take up this challenge I present to you, utilising the energy of will? At this point, I will stop reading and start meditating. Yes, I'm asking you to do this now. And I give you 3 words to meditate upon. Will to exist. Let me continue. The will to exist within your own state of being. Within your own state of spiritual being. The first relates to your I identity. The second to your spiritual identity. Your own unique identity needs to be retained. Who you are. So firstly is to find who you are. Not aspects of you that belong to someone else, or aspects of you that have been created because of someone else or circumstance. You may find aspects of you have been lost as a result. Who you are is part of your will to exist. Now, part of who you are, you may not have liked, but what part of you has disliked them? If you think about this energetically, you may have lost some of your unique energies because you found them undesirable. Maybe they are, but as energy, you will have lost that energy. You can use what is called substitution, meaning you can use that energy for a different purpose. You have decided that you are too emotional and seek to inhibit that emotional body and rise up to the mental body. All well and good if you want to lose your feelings. That emotional energy can be used in a different way, a more creative way. The Master SB will speak more on this. Now spend a short time meditating on who you are. Realizing what has been lost and giving insight into your attributes that you are unaware of. The key to this is joy. Be excited about finding out who you are. Have a sense of discovery. Write down what we have discussed. Did your little self participate in that? Perhaps it is that stopping you discovering who you are. You require the will to recognize this, and the will to do this more than once without expectation. So you call on the will and have no expectations. Clear the mind and repeat the meditation. Did you discover more aspects? Repetition produces results. Repetition on that expectation produces greater results. It is the will that is used to create a repetition. It is love that enables you to discover who you are. The will to love. There is planetary love, solar love, and cosmic love. The way to cosmic love is via the pathway of the first ray of will and power. Will and love relate to your first aspect, your spiritual self. So consider the will. Many of you have developed love, but the will is lacking. Do not take offence or be upset by my comment. I am direct. If your love is based upon emotional need, and your sensitivity to your own needs will become your emotional unbalance to outside activity. The opportunity now is to develop the will. The divine will, not the personality will, which is control and the need to control. If you encompass divine will, you will not need to control anything. And you will be able to say yes and no. That is it, in its broadest sense. You will not put yourself in the position of being controlled. Also, you will not want to control. There is now a time of transformation. There is now a completely new mix of energies, and the will is the power for their activity. It is the divine will that can become the power of your activity. And that will take you into the future. Remember, this way of power removes all that hinders your expansion of consciousness to become more intuitive, more free to reclaim lost powers. It can disturb what we call the personality. So it is not a time for holding on to rigid beliefs, conformities, to set intellectual boundaries of concretization. It is the chance to become who you are. So once more, think about who you are from the aspect of will and love. The Master KH will give you insight into love, the Master DK into wisdom. And that all relates to the second ray of love and wisdom, My understanding is the will, and I wield the power of the divine plan. There may appear to be chaos and uncertainty. Rest assured, this is just a transition period for something new to emerge. And as something new emerges, then something will start to disappear. Through your understanding of who you are, certain things will start to disappear. And through that, your acceptance of the will, and you will move easily with the consciousness and changes that the new energies will produce. I cannot understand why you criticize yourselves. You have free will. So does humanity as a whole. Exercise your free will. It's also an aspect of the divine will. You can choose your own pathway. If you criticize yourself, take hold of that criticism and change what you're unhappy about. If you cannot exact any change, and that is what you have to work with. Bear in mind, all change of a spiritual nature does not come from you. Freedom of thought does not come from you. It is impressed by you. It is the will that brings about the power to seek into the higher worlds. You'll come to realize these higher worlds if you accept not all of what you think has come from your brain consciousness. Then it is the will that distinguishes the difference between the two. I am talking to you through these words. And now pause and sense my vibration. I wish to impress your mind with purpose and will. I wish to draw your purpose into your surface mind. Can you feel the vibrational activity of the first ray of will and power? Listen to the frequency of this energy and how important it is for you to align with it. I am overshadowing you. I give you these words, the will to be. We pause once more. I request you to write down your experience. It is a powerful energy that I was projecting towards you. Because you are receptive to it, then it was able to manifest. And others would also be benefiting from it. Your individual experience can be received by other individuals that you are connected to spiritually. And because you are in physical incarnation, it is able to enter your world, where it can blend with the seventh ray energies of manifestation. The power to create and manifest is but the process of thought form building. A creative thought form. It is your will that can bring that thought form into manifestation. So there is the will to create and the will to manifest. This is where will and love are essential for future manifestation. That future manifestation will be quite different from the past. From this year onwards, 2025, your opportunity comes. From crisis, opportunity arises from out of crisis. When the light is perceived, the awareness becomes spiritually orientated. Then the revelations will come you will emerge from out of the dark, so to speak. Then you will want to create your will. Think about creating and use the will to create. Your creation will take form. You will use the will to manifest. You will understand what is your thought, what is not your thought, but an impression, which causes a higher frequency than the frequencies of your thought. Notice during this instruction how often the word will is used with a different context. The context of I will is a powerful affirmation of your intent. So will to create becomes I will create, and will to manifest becomes I will manifest. And now is a good time to consider what you will create and manifest. The energy is available to you at this moment in time. And it will come to you through imagination and visualization. Those who are reading this have been drawn towards reading what is contained within it, because you are already aligned with my ashram, although you may not realize this. Therefore, you already have the power to create and manifest. Once more, sense my vibration. Identify with the will to create. You have been impressed with the words, I will create. Your creative mind will come into activity. This is your imagination. Identify with the words, I will manifest. You have already identified with what you will manifest. The difference is the creation is on the mental plane and the manifestation is on the physical plane. Just identify with that. You may have struggled with that, maybe created hardly anything, or wondered what you were impressed by is all about. You, at this point, have the capacity to put up so many obstructions to stop anything manifesting. Are you surprised by my comment? I have not said it to deter you, but for you to ponder upon it, to gain an awareness of what I have said. Also, to stimulate your will to repeat what I have asked you to do. The more you make an approach to this, then your will to create will be stimulated and will expand. You have to practice to get better at it. That is very simply put. As an analogy, if you want to play a musical instrument, you have to practice. If you want to gain the benefits of meditation, you have to practice daily, every day. I tell you this because that is what it takes. It may require your will to do that, and it will just automatically become part of your day. Did you sense anything else? I was projecting the power of regeneration. This is an aspect of the will. The will to regenerate your life, to regenerate your mind, emotions, and above all else, your physical body. So now you can once more sense my energies with this for your identification. Let your power be your guide. The Master M.